Our families may be corrupted by the worldly trends and teachings. Unless we know how to use the book to expose and combat the falsehoods in socialism, organic evolution, rationalism, humanism, etc.
The theory of evolution, and it is a theory, will have an entirely different dimension when the workings of God in creation are fully revealed.
There is no salvation in a system of religion that rejects the doctrine of the fall, or that assumes man is the end product of evolution and so was not subject to a fall.
One activity which often leads a member to be critical is engaging in inappropriate intellectualism.
Even an ordinary mind should understand it.
We will not be tossed to and fro, whether by rumors, false doctrines, or by the behavioral and intellectual fashions of the world.
Even a 4-year-old knows that a chick will not be a dog, nor a horse, nor even a turkey. It'll be a chicken.
True believers know that this earth and man and all forms of life were created in an Edenic or paradisiacal state in which there was no mortality, no procreation, no death.
In the countless billions of opportunities and the reproduction of living things, one kind does not beget another.
By his fall, Adam introduced temporal and spiritual death into the world.
Inappropriate intellectualism sometimes leads one to testify that he knows the gospel is true, but the brethren are just a little out of touch. Out of touch with what?
Surely no one with reverence for God could believe that his children evolved from slime or from reptiles.
It has always been a mystery to me why it is that the intellectual elite shut themselves off from the Spirit of God sometimes.
Although one can easily imagine that those who accept the theory of evolution don't show much enthusiasm for genealogical research.
He began immediately to engage a brilliant faculty, a number of whom had their PhDs, which gave the faculty a new scholastic appearance. But by 1910, Brimhall, in common with many universities, had allowed his faculty to assume so many administrative matters and duties that the administration was largely in the hands of the faculty. The new PhD members, who were probably the most popular of the members, began to forthrightly teach the doctrine of organic evolution with all of its implications. That brought violent controversy to the campus, which caused the Board of Trustees to intervene. Two of the most vocal advocates of the doctrine were discharged, and others subsequently resigned. Many thought that the BYU could not survive that crisis. The newspapers and even the faculty assumed that they had been discharged because of their teaching of evolution. Your centennial staff has researched this carefully and found that the teaching of evolution was not, per se, the real cause of their dismissal. It was because they were as intolerant of the views of others as others were intolerant of their views. The controversy was settled by President Joseph F. Smith, who in a diplomatic article explained that the church had no philosophy about the modus operandi employed by the Lord in his creation of the world. He advised, however, that because of the immaturity of the students, it would be wise as a matter of propriety, not of belief, to leave evolution out of discussion in the church schools. Otherwise, he said, we would develop a theological aristocracy in the church. This pretty much brought the controversy to an end, and despite gloomy forebodings, the school from then on, during the approximately next 10 years, the Brimhall administration continued on its course, but was always in financial trouble. The church itself during this period had some rough financial years and was unable to give much support to the school. Because, however, of the evolution controversy, Brimhall from then pursued a very conservative policy and never again embarked into controversial fields.